Okay, thank you so very much, everybody, to be here today to listen to my speech about television and the quality of information. The topic of today is going to talk about television and the way television handles information. Is it a proper source for us to get good information, or is it just propaganda tools? Is the information we receive from television objective, or is it only subjective? How can we use the information from television to really know what's going on around us? Before we go deep into the speech today, we'll give opportunity to everybody to introduce his own self. So let's start right on my right hand side.
David Level, Amy volunteer. Every volunteer.
Thank you very much, everybody, to be here tonight to listen to my speech. Again, as I said, to start, our topic of today is television and the quality of information, the role of the television in the quality of information. We all know that nowadays information is very quickly and widely provided by television. And I will name you an author here by the name Dr. Jeffrey Jones in his article, Television and Politics, published in 2007. Dr. Jeffrey Jones says television is a unique ability to deliver rapid and immediate visual imagery into households. It is the source of the medium's power. But so is society willingness to accept this mediated form of reality, especially in the realm of politics. As such, society continues to wrestle with the ways in which this powerful medium shapes the political process, from the conduct of politics to citizen perception and attitude toward political life. So, from these words of Dr. Jeffrey Jones, we can realize that television is the main source of canalization of information nowadays. But the question we are going to try to answer today is the information we receive from television. Is it the information we can rely on? Is it the information that are used to make us believe a certain way? Or is there any way we can combine both to be able to take out proper information? Let's start by considering television as an objective source of information. Information coming from television is objective in the sense that this information talk about people who really exist. For instance, when we talk about the President of the United States, when the television show you Mr. Barack Obama and say the President of the United States, he's objective because he's the real President of the United States. When television will show, for example, Mr. Ban Ki-moon and say the General Secretary of the United Nations, he's objective because he is, and from his face we can recognize him that he's a proper person. Another objective way television presents information. When television talks about an event, for instance, the last presidential election in the United States, when the television is reporting about it, they talk about the event that really took place. So it's not an event that has been created, but it's an event that really took place. So these are a couple of examples of objective ways television presents information. We can be living in Washington, D.C., as we are doing right now. And when television mentions something that happened in Paris and actually show the city of Paris, is an objective way for us to see Paris, to know about Paris. So this is the objective way that television use to present information. But now, this objective way, is it a final product or is it a process toward information? This word subjectivity play a very important role. For instance, when television presents Mr. Barack Obama, based on the news channel we are listening, we are watching, does what television say about Mr. Obama real? That's the point. So although the image of Mr. Obama is positive, the information about Mr. Obama might not be objective. And now, let's go further. Even though Television is not the source of information. Somebody might be asked, somebody may be interviewed, somebody may be questioned to give his opinion about a certain point. But the opinion varies. We all know that. For instance, some people are against gay marriage, some people are for. But when the television channels want us to believe in a certain opinion, they might use people who only agree with that opinion. For instance, some television channels might only show people who are against gay marriage. Although those people have speaking their mind, but if we are used to watch the same people who say the same thing every day, at the end of the day, it would be a process to lead us to believe into something. And it's not like fair and balanced when the people who believe in different opinions will be shown. And this is how television becomes subjective. And another way the television plays, there might be an event going on in America, another event going on, let's say, in Cameroon, in Africa, and another event going on in China. But the TV channels will show the event they want us to know about. So they don't show everything that happens everywhere in the world at the same time. They select what they want to show and show it to us. And the third one, and this is very important, television in a capitalist world is a business. So, as we were previously saying, television is a means of making money. When the people create a TV station, they employ people and they have other expenses. And they have to pay for those expenses, and at the end of the day, they try to make money. Miss Amy Goodman, in her book published in 2009, the title of the book is Breaking the Sound Barrier. She said, as TV pundits on the network gab about the tens of millions of dollars raised by the top presidential candidate, what they don't talk about is where that money is going, to their own network. What does it mean? That means that television is out there, sometimes playing with information, but at the end of the day, try to make some profit. Also, television can be a propaganda tool or an ideology tool that is used to try to portray a certain image about certain people, certain population, certain group, certain category of citizens, or maybe places in the world. As I was saying previously, television can be used to portray a certain image about certain category of people. Dr. Rod Shevis, in his article, Africa in the Western Media, published in 2006, what the following quote: what do negative images convey about Western media about Africa communicate? What darkness prevails in the mind of the producer? What gain for whom derives from journalistic bombast and unmitigated stereotype of a whole continent? Nouns and adjectives like hot, dark, tribe, King Kong, tribalism, primitive, nomad, animism, jungle, cannibal, savage, underdeveloped, third world, developing, etc. are yet pervasive when Africa is the storm. So here, Mr. Rod Shavis show us how the image of Africa portrayed in the Western media can lead people to look at Africa a certain way. And it is not a surprise that everybody, or most of the people, believe that Africa is a place left out. Let's say left out by God. But Mr. Rod Shavis here is trying to explain to us that this is not the reality, but it is what we could have called a form of conspiracy against the image of Africa. So at this point, we can conclude this speech by summarizing what we have said already, that television can use objective means, people or events to give information, but those means can be used a subjective way. For example, the selection and who is going to be presented or the event that is going to be presented.